Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. No, I had to make sure you wasn't a webcam. I'm sorry, because you look like a webcam.
Thank you.
That's not a compliment.
It's not a
I
compliment.
want you to get your Wi-Fi together. Auston. Okay, you look good. How old are you, Auston?
I'll be 25 in 2 weeks.
25 in 2 weeks. So you're a Taurus. When's your birthday?
May 16th.
That's not 2 weeks. My birthday's 2 weeks. That's 3 weeks. What do you do for a living?
I'm a YouTuber as well.
Oh, you're a YouTuber. Okay. I understand.
I'm a journalist too. I've said that as well.
Okay, but do you want me to call you a YouTuber or a journalist?
I want you to call me Auston Holleman.
The question is, what do you do for a living, honey?
Hi guys, so I have been saying that Auston's IRL life has been the best thing because it exposed a lot of things, right? It exposed that the problem Auston has is not Black American women or American women. The problem he had that caused him to flee the country is his own family. But it's not just the IRL that are exposing Auston. There was another exposure of him done when he decided to go to Kendra G's show. Actually, he didn't decide to go to Kendra G's show. Someone, one of his subscribers, paid him $100 to go to Kendra G's show and paid Kendra G $100 to choose him.
Kendra, pick Auston Holleman from the back room. Okay. Auston, let me see your room.
For people who do not know who Kendra G is or what her show is about, she's a very popular YouTuber and she has a dating show where people go there, looking for love. So Auston, of course, went on that show not looking for love. He went there with an agenda, which is, to bash Black American women, right? But like I said, instead of doing that, what he ended up doing is he ended up exposing himself in two ways. One, his insecurity or his inferiority complex, and the other is that he is not that smart. So let me start with the inferiority complex / insecurity. I am now starting to realize that Auston has a big insecurity when it comes to people who he thinks are better than him, people he thinks are superior to him. So he was very obviously insecure about being in front of Kendra G, who has a larger platform than he does, whom he knows that she's not really interested in him. So you could see when he went in, the inferiority complex was showing up because when she got him in, from the very moment he went in there, you could see this guy was a nervous wreck. A nervous wreck. His body language, he was slouched on his, on whatever he was sitting on. His mouth was dry. He was smiling, grinning when, he's not supposed to. And he was looking to the side because he had his live on. So he was like looking to his live audience for almost like for moral support because he is so nervous being in front of Kendra. So yeah, he was totally nervous. It was very obvious that his body language says, I'm nervous, I'm nervous, I'm nervous. And so that shows you that, there is a lot of insecurity in Auston. And there is a lot of inferior complex in Auston. And I actually think that's one reason he fled America is because he probably feels inferior to a lot of people in America. So he went to poor countries searching for people he believes he could feel superior to. Anyway, so he was very nervous when he was asked a question. He was not answering them the way a normal person would. He came in combative, he was arguing with her even about his, the date of his birthday. He was arguing with her even about what kind of job he does. So it was very obvious that this guy was nervous, and the nervousness had put him in defensive because he was on defense. He was very defensive even about, the kind of job he does. Instead of just, telling her what kind of job he does, he started a big argument with her. So it was very obvious. Defensiveness comes when you feel insecure, right? So, but that's one thing that was exposed on that show, that Austin has a lot of insecurity, a lot of inferiority complex. But the other is that Austin is not that smart, because Austin went into that show with an agenda, right? He didn't go there to meet and date women, right? He went there to to expose Black American women, expose in quotes. He went there to attack Black American women. So when you go with an agenda to Kendra's show, you're supposed to hide the agenda. And there are a lot of people who go to Kendra's show with an agenda because she is a very popular, she had a large platform, right? So people want to use that platform for their agenda, maybe to get followers for their struggling YouTube channel, or maybe to go viral. So, but those people are smarter than Austin, so they know how to hide their agenda. Their agenda, sometimes you don't even understand, you don't even see through their agenda for like 2-3 days. It's like, when you start, you go back and look at the video, you're like, okay, this person actually came with an agenda. But with Austin, because he's not that smart, the agenda he exposed his agenda like 2 seconds into him being on the show. She asked him, what kind of women are you looking for? Now, when you are on a dating show, when the host asks you what kind of women you are looking for, you usually say, I'm looking for, this height, this looks, this hair, this age, right? But Austin was like, I'm looking for Black women who respect black men. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy is so not smart, because he showed his hand. He exposed himself.
All right, let's get into it. We got Austin, Dallas, 25. Almost 25, May 16th. He's a YouTuber, no kids, lives in Dallas. What kind of woman are you looking for?
I'm looking for Black women that have respect for Black men.
He showed his hand. He basically told the whole world, like at least the viewing audience, that I am here with an agenda and this is my agenda. And he didn't I'm like, oh my God, you're supposed to hide your agenda. But he cannot hide his agenda because, for one thing, he was so nervous. For another thing, I don't think he's that smart. And then she asked him, are Black American women not respectful? Are you saying that, Black American women are disrespectful to Black American men? And because, once again, because he is so nervous and because he is not that smart, instead of answering the question directly, which is, say, no, they're not, or yes, they are, but, some of them are not. Just answer the question, explaining yourself, like, give more explanation. But he said, check this out. Afro Latinas and Black Africans have you beat. And I'm like, my God, this guy is not that smart. You are showing your hand again.
So you think Black women don't have respect for Black men?
Check this out. I've been all around the world, and I'm going to tell you, Afro Latinas and Africans got y'all beat.
You are, exposing your agenda that you came here to attack Black American women, and because you don't want to be called a Black American, a Black woman hater, you are using Afro Latinas. You bring up Afro Latinas and Africans, like as a shield, and I was like, oh my God, this guy is so not smart. So I think they went back and forth, and someone that was like, you know what, like someone super chatted her, and they're like, you know what, this guy is here, to use you. He's not really here. He's not here for in good faith. So she kicks him out.
Okay, let me read some of these questions. They're begging me to read these questions. Marika, I can't pronounce your name, said he paid $100 to argue and to get some Red Pill followers.
I didn't pay nothing. I didn't ask nobody to pay nothing.
You paid, somebody sent me $100 to pick you.
Yeah, I didn't send it. I didn't ask them to send it.
Oh, so somebody else sent it.
Yeah, that wasn't my name.
Courtney said he's live now using you. You're live now? Okay, you have to stop your live on your page though. So are you live right now?
I'll stop my live. Go ahead.
I'm gonna stop my live too. I don't got time to try.
And he was still so nervous. Like, she kicked him out. She talked about him for like maybe 5 minutes and she moved on. But Auston was so nervous, so shaken from that little, like, very short interaction. He was still shaken. He was still nervous that he couldn't even sit still. So he went out and started smoking his cigar. So it was so embarrassing to watch. I mean, this guy, I'm telling you guys, this guy is not as confident as he looks. He is confident only when he's surrounded by yes men. But when he was with Kendra virtually. He was not with her like face to face, but even that interaction, virtual interaction, reduced him to a nervous wreck. So he was outside and smoking, and it was so like pathetic to watch. But like I told you guys, he is not that smart, right? Because he said he did a monologue on his live, I think reviewing his his performance, I guess, and he said that he brought up Black Latinas and African women because he doesn't want to be accused of hating Black women. I'm like, you're exposing yourself.
Because I said that I didn't say the Europeans or the mestizas or the Australians got y'all beat. I said the Afro-Latinas and the Africans got y'all beat. So she can't say, if you want to date non-Black women, So she can't call me a Black woman hater.
Basically saying that you brought up these two group of Black women to use them against Black American women. That is not, you are sure, like, he doesn't even know that he's exposing himself, because I don't think that guy is that smart. But the thing that is surprising to me is that a lot of the passport pros are making videos saying that he exposed Kendra. They're making it look like the interaction was a win for him and a loss for Kendra. I'm like, no. Kendra stayed professional. She actually tried to to make him more comfortable, but he was such a nervous wreck. He was uptight all throughout the little interactions they had. So the person who came across bad is Auston. No unbiased person and the unbiased observer would say Auston won. The person who was exposed was Auston. Auston was exposed as insecure and not that smart, right? And because that they, like, in their hearts of hearts, a lot of the passport bros know that Auston didn't really do well in that interaction, because now they are talking about Kendra's weave. So people would resort to personal attacks when they cannot challenge your ideas, right? Because they know that Kendra has won, that little interaction without even trying. Kendra was not even trying to win that argument, right? Because she didn't even know who the hell he is. So she, like, whatever Kendra did was, whatever she would have done with any other person that she finds annoying. So Kendra won that, that interaction, that argument, that debate without even trying. So because she won, they have resorted to attacking her, her weave. They're saying, well, her weave was moving. I'm like, no. But the fact that you are attacking her, her weave, tells me that your man didn't do really well. He was, he made a fool of himself. And then they were talking about, because Austin mentioned American women's pH, and they're like, maybe you saying pH is what what made her angry. I'm like, no. I mean, she didn't care. Kendra probably, because remember, Kendra meets this kind of people a lot, like people who come to her show to use her show, right? So for Kendra, this is just another cloud chaser, right? Austin is just another cloud chaser. Whatever he said, didn't even like I said, she talked about him for like 5 minutes and she moved on to the next dater. So no, she didn't care whether Austin mentioned pH balance or not, because she doesn't care about Austin. She doesn't even know him. And I think yeah, like the whole thing was pathetic to watch. The whole thing was it exposed Austin further. I think these IRLs are exposing Austin more and more because he cannot curate them. Austin's life look great when it is curated, when it is edited out, when his um, failures are edited out, when you only see him from one angle. But with IRLs, we see him live from every angle, and we see, he's not really, he doesn't have that exciting a life. And, yeah. And, yeah, they claimed that she was argumentative. And I'm like, no, the one that was argumentative was Austin. Austin actually changed it, like the first, like 3 or 4 like seconds of the interaction was him being combative. Like he would not answer any question straight. He turned every question into an argument. She asked him what he does for a living, and he turned, like, instead of saying I'm a YouTuber, he turned that into an argument. Because I mean, when you have inferiority complex, that's what you do, right? You are combative. But I'm not surprised that Austin is claiming that it was um, Kendra who was argumentative when it was actually him, because we now know that Austin is a master projector, right? He projects his family's problem into Black American women. He projected his own violent tendencies into Black American men. So I'm not surprised that he is projecting his own combative voice on Kendra. But yeah, Kendra won, and Austin he lost, and he can have, and you know how bad he has lost is how bad he has lost by the fact that Kendra has not been talking about him. She has moved on, but he has been going on all kinds of on other people's live streams and talking about her, because he knows that he performed really, really bad. That he knows that his insecurity was very obviously on display for everyone to watch. Anyways, let me know what you think. Thank you. Bye bye.